Lil Durk is currently facing years in prison for his planned takeout of Quando Rondo, but the prosecutor wants to make sure that he stays in prison for years, and they are pulling out new receipts on all the hidden bodies that might be linked to Durk. And if any of these stick, it's game over for Durk. Durk hasn't pled guilty to any of these claims, and the case is still ongoing. All the bodies are linked. So let me give you a bit of refresher so that you understand why the prosecutors are hell-bent on making sure Durk never sees the light of the day. In February 2019, Durk and King Von, who had just signed to OTF less than a year prior, got tied up in a situation that shook the game. Reports allege that Durk, Von, their guy THF Bezu, and Chicago rapper AAB Helabands were involved in a robbery and shooting outside the Varsity restaurant in Atlanta. The story goes like this. A man named Alexander Witherspoon was the target, and according to police, Durk was caught on camera firing from his custom Jeep Trackhawk. You know, the one with the big 300 plastered on the side. Now, here's where things get murky. Surveillance footage from the scene doesn't exactly paint a clear picture. What it does show is chaos. One SUV, said to be tied to the suspects, pulls up, and then all hell breaks loose. There's a tussle near one of the vehicles, and at one point, a man in green shoes is seen running and stumbling multiple times.
This is right before it starts. This is the car, and this is the SUV. So you're gonna see it in just 1 second.
So the car with the lights on was also involved.
That's the car that the gentleman was in. Like I said, if you're looking at it, hey guys, so in a minute you're about to see it.
Okay.
So I can't tell where he came up from, but you're gonna see the green shoes in a minute.
Okay.
Get your elbow over a little bit.
So look at right here. This is the car. The SUV behind it is the SUV. And all those girls are talking in the SUV. And in 1 second, you're gonna see the guy get out tussling. They're in the, it looks like they're in the back tussling or something, but you really can't tell what's going on. But if you see inside of that car, you see all that tussling.
Right.
So this is the guy.
It's
That's the guy with the green shoes. He's trying to push the door and all that. So I don't know if he has a firearm too, but I know he falls a couple of times.
Okay, there he is.
That's him. That's him steady running.
He got hit.
He's steady running, and then you'll see him fall out in front of us.
For weeks after the incident, Durk and Von kept moving like nothing happened while Atlanta police worked to piece things together. But by May 2019, the game was up. King Von was taken down in a dramatic arrest that went viral. Over 30 officers swarmed O-Block to bring him in.
So this is the gentleman we were chasing, but on video they went back, went under the cars where we think he ditched it, got in the vehicle, we stopped the vehicle, get him out, battery, fight with that. Vehicle takes off on us when we got this, and then we get about 50 people around us. So
what happened?
You're gonna go to jail for battery to a police officer.
Who I hit?
Me?
Where?
And you also.
I got everything.
Where at?
Thank you very much. We'll take it
I've been
then.
cuffed since I was in the country. If I go home, it's Valentine's Day.
Right after Von got arrested, Durk hit Twitter with a simple but loaded message: "Free Von." But just as the dust started to settle, tragedy struck again. A week later, AAB Helabands, real name Amir Gaston, was shot down outside a Miami nightclub as a part of revenge. This wasn't random. Helabands had his own history. Back in 2015, he allegedly took out Chris Smokes, a rapper from the LSG 109 TH crew, also known as Kush Cowboys, a crew with deep connections to historic alliances like the Gangster Disciples and Black Gangster Disciple Nation. Fast forward 4 years, an LSG member named Austin Hall reportedly tracked Helabands down in Miami and ended it all right in front of a packed nightclub.
From the Miami Beach Police Department shows people running for their lives on South Beach. Moments later, this man is seen running diagonally across Washington Avenue. Miami Beach Police now say they believe this is the man who opened fire, killing 24-year-old Amir Golston, better known as rapper AAB Helabands.
Just 2 days after his death, THF Bezu got picked up in Chicago as a fugitive tied to that same Atlanta case. Meanwhile, despite the chaos surrounding their legal troubles, Von and Durk kept their music careers on fire. Shortly after Von's arrest, he dropped the remix of his hit track Crazy Story featuring Lil Durk, which blew up with over 122 million views and even landed on the Billboard Global 200. And just Just when you thought things couldn't get more messier, a week later, Durk hopped on X-App to announce he'd be turning himself in the next day. But before he did, he made a pit stop at his lawyer's office to clear the air, saying he was innocent and had left his past affiliations behind.
Because I have nothing to hide. Like, I have nothing to run from.
You are crazy.
A rapper's ride. Soon after we spoke, Durk Banks, a.k.a. the performer Lil Durk, emerged from his lawyer's space and headed toward an SUV. Soon after that, he stepped out in front of the Fulton County Jail. One of his lawyers says he was swiftly taken into custody there, having swiftly flown back to Atlanta after he found out he was wanted.
We found out we had a warrant. We was actually on tour. Once I heard, I immediately came back.
He's willing to turn himself in and take care of what he needs to take care of.
We immediately canceled the tour.
He's got a multi-million-dollar salary music career going.
Did you do it? Did you, this man, did you commit the other crimes of which you're accused?
A bad background, just growing up as a child, about father being incarcerated for 25 years, 26 years. So I had a rough past, but like me moving to Atlanta, I just thought that just changed my whole.
In court, Von and Durk's appearance together cemented their infamous evil twins image, rappers whose lyrics were just as ruthless as their real life. The legal drama didn't slow their momentum though. Durk even released the track Turn Myself in the same day he surrendered, fueling even more attention. The prosecutor claimed the whole situation was gang-related, but Durk's pastor and record label showed up for him in court painting a different picture. After some back and forths, Durk was granted a $250,000 bond, with the judge deciding he wasn't a flight risk. The moment he got out, Durk wasted no time hopping on Instagram Live, running out of jail like a man who just dodged a serious bullet.
Go. We out here. We out here. Yo.
You know, when you get in a predicament like this, you would sit back and be like, damn, like why I ain't never do this more? Why I ain't never do this with my kids more? Why I ain't do this with my pops more or my mama? You know what I'm saying? So it just set me down so I just understand life more.
Von's release came just a few days later after he posted a $300,000 bail, but the judge threw a curveball. Durk and Von were banned from being around each other. That means no linking up for music, club appearances, nothing. The evil twins couldn't even share a stage anymore. This separation hit fans hard, especially those who followed their come up together. But here's where things get even more twisted. Fast forward to February 2020, King Von dropped Took Her to the O, and the internet lost it. The song paints a picture of Von taking a woman back to his stomping grounds, O Block, but the video, that's where the drama starts. People noticed a dark vibe, claiming the visuals were a direct shot at FBG Duck. There's even a scene where an actor resembling Duck gets left for dead, and folks had a lot to say about it. Within 6 months of that video dropping, Von and his people were named in reports tied to a real-life conspiracy. Media outlets started piecing things together, saying the long-standing feud between FBG Duck's STL EBT crew and Von's O Block might have reached its peak. These two camps, separated by just a few blocks on Chicago's South Side, had been at it for over a decade, with tragic losses on both sides. The alliances ran deep: O Block, Lamron, and 600 on the BD side versus STLU, EBT, and Gyro City with the GDs. Lil Durk found himself pulled into the mix early on. Coming out of Englewood, his Lamron set wasn't directly beefing with Duck's camp at first, but by linking up with Chief Keef and O Block, Durk got dragged into the beef. In 2011, Durk's name came up in a shooting incident in Woodlawn, locking him further into the BD side of things. And then there were the tracks. Duck dropped I'm St. Lawrence and Lil JoJo's infamous BDK, both of which aimed straight at FBG Durk's camp. That was enough to spark a back and forth that didn't just stay on wax. Things escalated after King Von lost his close friend T. Roy in 2017. FBG Duck and his people, including FBG Brick, didn't hold back, mocking T. Roy's death on social media.
I'm on live, G. Shut the f***. It's funny. Before you even get it, it just came on. But still, this is damn, it deleted instantly, G. It just came on. Damn, T. Roy got popped. When that happened? When T. Roy get popped? Damn, somebody popped him. Is he dead? Is he dead? Did he die? Damn, Merchant, they popped T-Roy. It must don't be, it must ain't that important shit. It ain't all over the internet. I ain't see it. Shit. He must not be dead. Damn, he died, Merchant.
This disrespect didn't go unnoticed. Von's camp responded by forming the Get Back Gang, a group laser-focused on avenging their losses. What followed was a tragic string of retaliations, including the passing of Duck's brother and other STL EBT affiliates. Duck kept releasing songs like Slide and Chicago Legends. The latter shocked people because he actually paid tribute to fallen rappers. Even Durk's cousin, Nusky, who Duck had previously dissed. But if Duck thought that would smooth things over, he was mistaken. Von and Durk weren't having it. Von clapped back with Took Her to the O, and let's just say the video wasn't exactly subtle about mocking Duck. Duck fired right back with I'm from 63rd and Dead B, where he took things up several notches by dissing members of O Block and 600 who were no longer around. Then, in August 2020, everything came to a head. Duck was caught in a brutal daytime ambush in Chicago's upscale Gold Coast, right near the Dolce & Gabbana store. 5 O Block members, C Murder, Kenny Mack, Loss, C Thang, and Marcus Smart were charged for the incident. A 6th suspect, Zell Muna, tragically took his own life before the charges could even land. Surveillance footage locked in the shooter's route, making the O Block connection undeniable. But the aftermath, that's where things got even messier. Allegations flew about King Von putting a $100,000 bounty on Duck. Reports claim Von handed out O Block chains and stacks of cash like they were trophies for the act. Apparently, Von funded 16 chains to celebrate the move, and guess who was allegedly spotted wearing one of them? Yup, Lil Durk. When Von passed in 2020, further charges against him faded away, but Durk's name kept popping up. Legal documents suggested he held a high-ranking spot within the BD hierarchy. Durk also caught heat for dissing Duck even after his passing. Tracks like Redman and Should've Ducked threw shots that didn't sit right with a lot of folks, especially Duck's mom, Lashina Weekly, aka Mama Duck.
Now he wanna get high. He about to get high like Duck. Durk.
Durk hurt cause V-Roy gone. He hurt V-Roy.
Well, he better take that shit you made V-Roy gone. Not my son. Cause he ain't do it. Remember they had a song together. Remember they had their differences. Study one for the industry. This is proof. Y'all really showing. Y'all rich out mixing in my son. Y'all rich out mixing in Tuka. Show your craft. Do something else besides this and music. Show that you really could go pop like my son was trying to do. He was trying to cross over. Yo, sitting up here mixing in somebody who ain't getting too fucked about you. He was right. You probably did Illuminati him. You probably did see him body. Now you study this and my son.
By October 2024, Mama Duck wasn't staying silent. She and Duck's family filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Lil Durk, King Von's estate, and major labels like OTF, Sony, and Universal Music. The suit accused OTF of operating as a front for BD activities and alleged that Durk and Von conspired to take Duck out to boost their careers. The case is still ongoing, and all eyes are on Durk as the details unravel. But this isn't the only storm Durk is currently facing. After his brother, D Thang, was fatally hit during a chaotic night at Club O in Harvey, Illinois, talks of retaliation started swirling. Now, the streets had their theories. Some were saying D Thang's passing was tied to long-standing beef between Dump Street and other crews. People even brought up the 2013 unaliving of Marcus Rush, a member of the CMB crew who had a history of clashes with Dog Pound, a crew D Thong was allegedly rolling with back in the day. Fast forward to July 10th, 2021. 2 guys from Dump Street, known as Goodagong Jasky and Goodagong Oil, were taken out at a gas station in what was called a retaliation move for D Chang. The attackers dipped in a stolen Jeep Cherokee and folks started connecting the dots. Durk didn't help the chatter when he dropped a cryptic post saying, "Do it for DT Thang." That post took off. Reddit lit up with users saying things like, "I heard they got that get back." Another user even claimed Jasky and Oil are why Durk made that post. Whether true or not, it added fuel to the fire. And let's not ignore Durk's music. Tracks like Piss Me off seemed to nod at revenge and the grief he's been carrying since losing his brother. But it didn't stop there. In January 2022, a dude named Stefan Mack, aka Youngin, who was allegedly linked to Smashville 85th and Dump Street, got caught slipping outside a youth peace center in Chicago. Things took another turn when federal investigators charged two men, Mike City, AJ, and Marley, for Mack's death. And this wasn't just a random act. Authorities called it an unalive-for-hire plot tied back to Lil Durk. Evidence showed texts and calls about payments, and AJ even flexed on social media with stacks of cash. But that's not all. Informants are saying Mack's death is tied to an ongoing cycle of revenge, with accusations thrown toward Dump Street and its associates. While Durk hasn't been officially charged in Mack's case, his lyrics and social media posts have people wondering. And if you thought things were already wild, this is where it levels up. After FBG Duck was gone, FBG Cash stepped into the spotlight. Cash had been trolling Lil Durk and King Von for years, throwing shade since 2012. He'd post photos in their territory, mock fallen rivals like OTF Nunu and Chino, and light up social media with his provocations. Then in 2020, Cash was attacked at Atlanta's Lenox Mall by OTF members, including Day Day.
Change. R.I.P. my cousin, my heartbeat will be the same.
Oh, what the hell? Damn.
But instead of going quiet, Cash clapped back online, mocking his attackers for not taking his chain or doing any real damage.
These so weak, folks. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Hey, G, let me find out you in the bathroom, G.
Folks, them people just, I'm in the dressing room. These jumped on me in Lennox right now.
No.
Like 7, folks, and then they didn't even take my chain. They didn't even run my pockets. They didn't even take my phone.
I would have blinked. So what the issue was?
Just FBG, Tuka. They didn't even take the chain. A little bit something from she spit. She like
that incident threw more fuel on the fire between STL, EBT, and OTF, and Durk even seemed to reference it in his music. Fast forward to 2022, and Cash was still at it. After King Von's death, he posed in front of Von's mural, flipping the middle finger like it was just another day. He even claimed Durk dared him to do it. And if that wasn't enough, leaked DMs between Cash and Durk showed they were still going back and forth.
Duke, hey Duke, listen to me, folks. Listen to me, folks. Listen to what I'm saying, folks. Pull your skirt down, folks. You not making no noise, folks. I'll ball you up and put you in the garbage can, boy. You can't see me with binoculars, dude. You can't see me on no type of level, folks. You better stop sharing them bankrolls with niggas, folks. You can't beat me on the song. You can't beat me at fighting, spit, none of that weightlifting. We can pitch quarters. You can't beat me, dude. You hear me? You hear me? Take time try to get some followers up. Man, hey, look here. Go to your room.
But by mid-2022, things took a dark turn when Cash was ambushed while sitting in a car with a woman, but somehow he survived.
Look, I got so I did some right. Cause like folks, somebody had just shot me last week. But they were just like so mild.
You got shot.
But it wasn't shot. Look, look, this what they did. This what they did. Like,
did
fuck.
You get shot as bullet fragments?
They bullet fragments. So look, this was the dumb nigga did. I was in the car with him. Hell no. Look.
Nigga, what is wrong with you?
So like this one is the one that went through the car. I was in the passenger seat. He flamed that bitch up and saw through the front window in the back. What? Knocked the back window out, everything. So like.
So you were driving and shooting at you?
No, I was in the passenger seat, so that nigga was shooting so hard I couldn't even. It was this female, like fuck it. And then I think it was her because like I was at her crib at like 4:20 in the morning. I just left rap a lot, so I was sitting at her crib. And a guy kept on calling her phone. I'm on call. So I'm like, shit. She was like, oh my god, he steady calling. I'm like, who? She was like, my boyfriend. I'm like, all right. She was like, I hope he don't come over here. So like my girl was sitting right here, but she what, you got keys to your crib or something? She was like, yeah, damn, now you see, yeah, I forgot I gave him keys. Don't matter, but I like an Instagram model ass bitch, so
Be careful.
Weeks later in June, he wasn't so lucky. Near 81st Street and Marshfield Avenue, a black Cadillac rolled up and started going off. Cash tried to run, but didn't make it far, collapsing near a tree. When police arrived, they recovered 23 shell casings, a clear message that whoever did it wasn't taking any chances. Following Cash's death, the internet did what it always does, started connecting dots. Theories started swirling, with names like O-Block and OTF being tossed around. Members like Buck Munna and Boona Mo even released songs and posts on social media, and some people think they were hinting at their involvement.
Dummy, zip him up. Put him up. Dead on arrival. Straight to the wall. Ain't make the hospital. Straight to the wall. The world wants supposed to have everybody twice sing everything but and everything but these legends.
They'll be alright. They better wait on it.
It ain't coming.
I'm finna go fishing with my brother. They like, damn, what happened to Virgil? I'm like, damn, what happened to your mans? All that woofing on the net, it got your mans hit. Aha.
But here's where it gets tricky. One user on X wasn't buying any of it. They posted, they gotta prove Durk did all this. We don't know what they know, but they will lean on him for sure. And honestly, that's facts. At the end of the day, none of this proves anything until there's actual evidence. It's kind of wild how quickly people run with these theories, but hopefully the truth comes out sooner rather than later. Now that Durk is locked up, the prosecutors are gonna look at every lyric, every message, every post, every old case to build a case against Durk. Only time will tell how all of this is going to go down. But in the meantime, drop your thoughts in the comments and be sure to hit that subscribe button. There's more to uncover and you won't want to miss the next big reveal.